The praise of commendation is due to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The Almighty has cautioned us against loving these worldly affairs more than our love for the hereafter. He has rather commanded us to prepare for the hereafter. May He continue to shower His benediction and peace upon the seal of His messengers, our leader Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The messenger who used to be grieved by anything that is considered an injury to the way Muslims are practicing their religion. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam always wished that Muslims respect themselves by not falling into fallacies perpetrated by other people, because Muslims are khairu ummah, the best religious community brought out to guide others, which means that they are to lead, they are not to be led. In Surah At-Tawbah, Quran chapter 9, in verse 109, Almighty Allah says, أَفَمَنْ أَسَّسَ بُنْيَانَهُ عَلَى تَقْوَى مِنَ اللَّهِ وَرِضْوَانٍ خَيْرٍ. Is he who has laid the foundation of his own building on the fear of Allah and also on seeking the pleasure of Allah? Is that one better? أَمَّنْ أَسَّسَ بُنْيَانَهُ عَلَى شَفَا جُرُفٍ هَارٍ فَانْهَارَ بِهِ فِي نَارِ جَهَنَّمَ, than someone who has laid his own building on a place that is sloping, and therefore is about collapsing. As it collapses, it crumbles with him into the hell of the fire. You all know what occurs today of land sliding in so many places because of improper planning. وَاللَّهُ لَا يَهْدِي الْقَوْمَ الظَّالِمِينَ. Allah Ta'ala does not guide the people who are oppressors of their own souls and other people. Therefore, I enjoin on you to fear Allah and to always think about your well-being here and hereafter altogether. Not to be thinking about your welfare in this worldly life alone. Because those who are bent on this worldly life are being condemned to the hellfire. وَمَا لَهُ فِي الْآخِرَةِ مِنْ خَلَاقٍ. None of them will ever have a good compensation from Allah on the resurrection day, because they did not do what will make them deserve such reward with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The days of this world quickly vanish, just like the possessions of human beings here. What you possess, you even call it vanities, because they have to vanish the way you also vanish. Therefore, do not allow this world to carry us away from always remembering Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because by the moment that you die, what you deserve in this world will just be 6 feet underground. Not even above it, but underground. Why not fearing Allah there? So that when you die, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will be happy with you. You have just started a new Hijrah Year. This year that you started is also about being terminated. And none of you knows whether you will be among the people who will remain alive when this year will be ending. That is why we are very surprised by the behavior of some people who are doing the way people on the borderline do their affairs. They are merry about the numerous years passing on them here in the world. And as you know, they are only imitating the people on the borderline when they say, this is my year of glory. When you say this is your year of glory, are you saying that years after it will not be glorious for you? You have to be careful. Ours is a religion of reasoning. Those people on the borderline celebrate their New Year Day. Why should some of us also go on celebrating the Hijrah Year pompously as they are doing? The demand that we Muslims of this country are making from our government, that the first day of Muharram should be declared a public holiday, does not mean that we also want to celebrate the way people on the borderline are celebrating. But we are just demanding for a right due to us. During that day, Muslim families will have the opportunity of sitting back at home and pondering on the biography of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his hijrah from Mecca to Medina. But for us to celebrate the way the people on the borderline are celebrating, no. That is why the celebration of birthdays is not also Islamic, as many of us are thinking. What is expected of you and I is to always prepare to meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with good deeds. And whatever you do that has not been sanctioned by Islam will not vet you any reward from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And to you, Hajj returnees, those of you who have just returned from the performance of Hajj, my advice to you is to never perpetrate whatever that is capable of spoiling your performance, when you are not even sure whether Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has been pleased with your performance. You don't know whether your Hajj is already being accepted or not. We only pray that our Hajj should meet the approval of Allah, and that our efforts therein should be appreciated by Him, and that our trade with Him should not fail us. But for us to now turn our attention into destructive play, such that will make us heedless of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that will not be good for us. Because we would not like to become bankrupt in the hereafter, even after we have returned from Hajj with sound winning and gains. Let us beware of luxurious lifestyle in this worldly life that is despicable. We should not do that. Instead of that, whatever excess possession that we will be having, let us use such in helping people in need around us, so that on the judgment day, one of us will not regret ever coming into this world. Because on that day, some people will be saying, Ya laytani qaddamtu li hayati. Would that I had sent forth something that will benefit me today in the hereafter. You know, this life where we are now is different from the life hereafter. They are never the same. I therefore call upon you, servants of Allah, to now think about this new month, Muharram, that just started. There is a great event that occurred during this month of Muharram. In between Prophet Musa alayhi salam and Pharaoh, they are caused one.